This was a brazen incident, a very dangerous incident that occurred in our city. And what happened was yesterday, Sunday afternoon, in San Francisco's North Beach neighborhood, St. Peter and Paul, located at 666 Filbert Street, you had an individual that went in and what we believe participated in the mass that occurs there in the afternoon. He was in the mass, and at one point, after the communion was given, he walked up to an individual, another parishioner who was in there in the service, and he said to the person, he asked the person to give him money, demanded money from that person. The parishioner continued to pray and ignored him, at which point the suspect then violently assaulted this parishioner, punching him in the head. We believe that the parishioner went unconscious temporarily. The suspect kept demanding money from this parishioner. Parishioner didn't know the suspect. Thankfully, many of the parishioners who were inside the church came to the aid and to the rescue of the victim and yelled out to the suspect. The suspect then left the church, and as he left the church, he was holding a folding knife. Although he did not extend it, he had the folding knife in hand, and calls were made to 911. The suspect then took off from the church there on Filbert Street, where he proceeded to walk westbound on Filbert towards Columbus, and the 911 calls came in. Our officers responded quickly. Within 2 minutes, the footbeat officer in North Beach was on scene, was able to request medical aid for the victim, and was able to determine what was going on and put out suspect information. We're also thankful for witnesses who kept an eye on the suspect and watched the suspect walk up Filbert Street and get into a vehicle. Our officers were quickly on scene, and they saw the suspect get into his vehicle. They attempted to stop the car, and the car took off. And as the officers were trying to stop the car, a pursuit was initiated, realizing that a violent felony had occurred. As the vehicle got up to Jones Street, we believe that the suspect threw out an explosive device at the officers. The officers described not only seeing the flames of the device that hit the ground, but also the officers could feel when the bomb detonated, they could feel the blowback from that in their vehicles. They believe that suspect intentionally tried to seriously injure or kill them as a result of them attempting to apprehend the suspect. They continued their pursuit from the upper Russian Hill area down through the city, down towards South of Market, where other officers got involved from both Central, Southern, and Tenderloin stations. The suspect then threw out a secondary device at the officers. They saw that device go out of the window at 8th and Mission. That device detonated as well. They could see the flames and they can feel the explosion. They felt that was a larger explosion than the first one up on Jones Street. The officers then pursued the suspect onto the Bay Bridge and eastbound into the East Bay. We requested the assistance of the CHP helicopter and the California Highway Patrol to assist us in apprehending this person. This pursuit went on for a little over 30 minutes, where it ended in Martinez, California. We're grateful for the California Highway Patrol, who got involved in the pursuit and helped us apprehend the suspect. Right now, this investigation is ongoing. There is a lot of things that we need to look at, a lot of work to do, a lot more witnesses to speak with. So we are just in the beginning of our investigation. I will end by saying that the officers did a heroic job. They were faced with serious danger. They realized that a bomb had exploded, and they still continued to pursue the suspect, which is an example of what our officers do every day in San Francisco. They're out there to help people. They're out there to apprehend violent suspects. And there's a lot going on in this world right now, and we all have to be vigilant, and San Francisco saw a portion of that with this violent incident yesterday.
Chief, what can you tell us about the suspect? You have him in custody. Are you releasing a name? Is he known to San Francisco police?
We are not releasing his name at this time. We plan on releasing his name today, but right now we're right in the middle of one portion of the investigation, and we're going to hold on to the name until later.
Can you say an age or a description, and is he known to police?
So he's a Hispanic male, and he's in his early 40s, and he's not known to us, but we are looking into his background and his history.
Is he a resident of San Francisco, and has he faced charges from other institutions, perhaps federal?
So we're not going to talk much about the history of the suspect right now. He's not a resident of San Francisco, and we will, as soon as we can give you his name and information, we definitely will.
Are you working with ATF or any other federal agency since there were explosives that were used in this?
Yeah, we would like to thank our partners of the ATF. We got a hold of the ATF right away. They responded. They've been with us ever since this incident has occurred. As you can imagine, our investigators, along with the ATF, have been working overnight on this case, and we're very thankful for our federal partners.
Were you able to determine a motive, and were there any more explosives in the car when he was arrested?
Okay, I can't really talk about the car at this point or anything else besides the 2 explosives that the suspect threw out of his vehicle. And as far as motive, we are still determining what this is all about.
So you can't say if there were more explosives in the car?
Not at this time.
Do you know if a search has been conducted at the suspect's home or residence, and if there are concerns about more explosives at that residence?
This investigation is ongoing. Of course, we're always concerned about secondary devices and what people possess. We will have more information about what we discover at some point, but right now we're not talking any further beyond what I've already described today.
Would you say they're bomb type explosives?
I would say they are, without getting into the specifics of the type of explosive, they were explosives. A bomb went off, and a bomb went off twice.
We'll take one more question. I think-
Just wondered, we have heard that he might have been under the illusion he was playing a video game throughout this whole chase. Can you say any more about that?
Yeah, we're not releasing any statements the suspect may have made or anything else regarding this case. We definitely want to share with you what we can, but at this point, we don't want to compromise our case.
Can I
All right,
ask
thank
one
you,
more-
everyone.
can I
That's
ask one more?
all for questions for now. As Chief Lazar said, that's really all the information we give at the moment. We do anticipate releasing additional information, including the suspect's name, very shortly, probably within the next 30 minutes to an hour. We will send out a news release with that information. Again, I would like to thank everyone for coming out today. Our officers last night displayed true heroism in the face of great danger. And this is the kind of work our officers do every day to protect the residents and visitors of our fine city. And just, really our commendation to them. They did some amazing work last night, along with our partners in the California Highway Patrol. Really grateful for their work. Kept someone very dangerous from hurting anyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming this morning, and we'll update you very shortly. Thank you.